working people, whether it's in the public sector or the private sector. Our people did not cause this crisis, and our people should not have to pay the price for this crisis.
And yes, these people are corrupt. The Greek tops, the German tops, the tops in the USA, yes, they are all corrupt, but we are not corrupt. Therefore, we say no, we refuse to pay. We refuse to pay for their corruption, for their scandals, for their profits, for their deficits, and for their debts. We say this debt is not ours.
We're going to have to launch a national fight back. And the aim of that struggle is to stop these proposals being turned into a reality.
I just quote from a recent Financial Times editorial. Before the election, the coalition parties aim to avoid a direct confrontation with the British trade union movement. They are now braced for a pitched battle. The coalition must prepare itself for the battle ahead because organised labour has seen off British governments before.
Prepare now, because if we can't pressure our leaders on the breaking anti-trade union laws, we've got to put a network in place amongst ourselves and on all our workplaces where we can stand up ourselves and break anti-trade union laws.
And I and others made a call at the TUC General Council that the TUC should organise a major national event, a major national demonstration to challenge the cuts agenda. And I don't mean one where we get the leaflet at the last minute. I mean one that is planned for and built for properly over a period of time, where we have the time to go into our workplaces to convince people and say we're building a genuine movement that will challenge this government, challenge the cuts agenda, and that will therefore put ourselves at the head, not just of those people who are in trade unions currently, but all of those people in workplaces where trade unions have been driven out over the past 20 or 30 years, and at the head of our communities who are against the cuts to their schools or their hospitals or their welfare services or whatever.
As a health worker, there's a lot of hype about protecting from.
So, suggestions for the date. The next stage has got to be agitation for a one-day, particularly in the public sector, a one-day strike.
What we need to begin the preparation for is a public sector general strike that will send these bosses running and stop the cuts in their tracks.
Comrades, this is not a Greek drama. This is also an Irish drama, a Portuguese drama, a Spanish and a British one. We must fight together. We are struggling hard to force our trade union leadership to really develop and plan the fight back. I feel privileged to address you, and my co-workers and my comrades want this exchange to continue. We have to see it as a first step to coordinate our struggles better and to move in a direction of an all-European 24-hour general strike.
These attacks by the ruling class will create conditions that will leave only one conclusion for the working class, is that to return to the idea of struggle, return to activity of the trade union movement. And this is where our work and this conference and the work of people in this conference really will come into fruition. In the CPSU, in the last 3 months, we relaunched a rank and file organisation. It's on a programme of trade union officials should be elected. They should be on the average wage of the workers they represent. We support struggle.
We have to make sure that there's European-wide days of action, and a conservative institution like the European TUC that has called for a day of action on the 29th of September, which is a weekday coinciding with a meeting of European ministers. We have to turn that into a European-wide general strike with action taken in every major capital in Europe.
Class trade unions support this change of model, and workers' commissions and Izquierda Unida are working for it, in addition to mobilizing workers, men or women, because this fight is the struggle for socialism, for real socialism.
Here today, we have helped to draw a line in the sand, and our message has to go out: what we have, we hold. Comrades, this coalition wants to bring Greece to working class communities and workplaces in Britain. Well, we have to tell them, to the streets and the workplaces of Britain, we want to bring Greece and Spain and France and Ireland and Portugal in mass movement to the working class.